guys, welcome to Stacking the Shelves for the week of May 17th. I got a few books this week. Most of them were from the library, a couple for Mother's Day, and then one for review. So I'll just go ahead and start doing them. I'm going through them. The first one I got was for review, and that's The Girl in Red by Christina Henry. I've been a big Christina Henry fan. I really like a lot of, I liked her original urban fantasy series, and then I've really enjoyed a lot of her fairy tale retellings. So I'm very excited to read this. This comes out in the mid-June, I believe, so it actually comes out pretty soon, and I got it through NetGalley to review. The next two books I got for Mother's Day, and the first one of those is a graphic novel called Through the Woods by Emily Carroll, and this is a series of kind of stories about people in the woods. They're supposed to be very like fairy tale-esque. It says on the back, 5 mysterious, spine-tingling stories follow journeys into and out of the eerie abyss. Come take a walk in the woods and see what awaits you there. So this is what I've had on my wish list on Amazon for quite a while, and my husband got it for me for Mother's Day. So I'm very excited to get that. The other one I got for Mother's Day I don't have here with me, but that is An Anatomy of Beasts by Olivia C. Cole. And I got that from my mother. And then I got 4 books from the library. Again, one of those is also downstairs. I'm not very prepared this week. The first one I got, I'm actually in the middle of reading, and that is The Story Peddler by Lindsay A. Franklin. I have been really loving this so far. It's a fantasy set in a world where characters weave like story threads with their hands when they're telling a story, and then the story crystallizes and they can sell it and make a living from telling stories. And it's about a young woman who is trying to be apprenticed in this, and she's an orphan and she's got a whole bunch of stuff going on. I've just been really enjoying the writing style of this. It's a very nice, easy fantasy read. I like the characters. I like the setting. I like the story. So I'm enjoying it a lot so far. And I'm not very far through it, but I've been really loving it. It's one of those books I'm like willing to take my time to read because I'm really liking it. All right, the next one I got from the library is King of Scars by Leigh Bardugo. And I'll probably always say her name wrong, but this is the first book in the Nicholas duology. I believe that's what it's called. It does take place in the Grishaverse, like Six of Crows did, and of course the Grisha trilogy. So I'm excited about this. It's really long. Hopefully I'll be reading it. I have it for 3 weeks, so I'll read it in the next couple weeks probably. I've heard good things about it. It's been a really long time since I read the Grisha series, so I'm not sure I'm going to remember stuff from it really well, but I really like Six of Crows, so hopefully I'll like it. And that's going to be a duology. The next one I got from the library is Sweet Black Waves by Cristina Perez. This is going to be a trilogy as well, I believe, and this is a retelling of Tristan and Isolde. And if I said that wrong, I apologize, but people have been saying it's really, really good, and it's kind of an adult historical fiction romance-y thing, I think. And so I'm excited to read it and see how I like it. Actually, this is fantasy, so see how I like it. And the last one I have from the library, I finished already, and that's why it's not up here. And that is Rogue Protocol by Martha Wells. It's the 3rd book in the Murderbot Diaries, and I did finish that. That has been a really fun, like, science fiction series with a whole bunch of books that are they're really short novellas. They're like between 80, 120 pages, and they're about a robot, like a security robot that gets freed by the people who buy it, and then he's kind of on his own wandering around trying to interact with normal humans and kind of figure out this mystery behind this corporation that's been causing issues on different planets. So you get to visit a lot of different planets, and it's kind of interesting to see how he tries to develop himself as an individual. So those are the books I got this week. I think that was like 6 of them. There were 4 from the library, 2, and then 1 review one. So that's what I got. I'm a little distracted, I will admit. I started work full-time again this week, and it's been really busy. It's been really busy, and I still am getting a little tired by the end of the day. My job, I work in a lab, and it involves a lot of days it involves a lot of running around and standing and doing things like physically, not just sitting at my desk all day, which is something I really, really love about my job. But at the same time, I am still not, I'm like almost 7 weeks out of my surgery. I'm still not quite there. So I've just been noticing when I get home from work, I'm really tired. Like I'm just physically tired and kind of mentally tired because there's a lot going on right now. And there's a lot of very urgent things that need to get done very quickly. And it's work. I get paid well for what I do, so I can't complain. But it is a very different change of pace from staying home all day and reading and playing video games and just doing stuff around the house. So I will say, like the last week I was off for my surgery, I was getting a little bit antsy, so I think it's good to be back at work. And it's nice. Everybody's been very welcoming and very helpful and everything, and it's nice to see how much work there is and how much I'm needed and all that, but it has been kind of a lot. I've been very tired. I think I went to bed at like 8:30 last night, and I do get up around 5 in the morning, but I was tired. And then at one point today, I was doing a lot of more physical work. I had been standing most of the day, and I was, using paper cutters and a lot of tools and things, and I just had to go sit down at my desk for an hour because I was just getting really, really tired. So I think that's my biggest complaint. We are having interesting weather again here in Minnesota. It got cold enough last week that we had a little bit of snow. It didn't stick, but it was snowing. And now today it's 80 degrees and it's sunny. It's beautiful. Tomorrow it's going to be over 80 and sunny. And then the next day it's going to be 50 and get down into the 30s again. So we're kind of going up and down. I feel like this happens a lot. Like we tend to go up and down, and then all of a sudden we're in the 90s, and you don't really get a lot of these like beautiful 70-degree days. We just skip those or something. I don't know. So that's the main thing. I hope everybody had a good Mother's Day last weekend. We did some fun stuff. We had a whole bunch of yard work to do. And then my husband and son made me scones for breakfast, and I got some presents. As you saw, I got some books, and then we met my parents down in Stillwater here in Minnesota and kind of walked around and got a late lunch with them. So it was very pleasant, and I think everybody had a decent time. Other than that, not much to say. We are going to start camping in a few weekends. I didn't want to get started on that too early because I am still on lifting restrictions and stuff. So, and as far as activity, I was doing quite a bit, but starting at work, I don't know if people use your Google Fit. Like I regularly get between 90 and 120 move minutes just at work. So I haven't been doing a lot because I've been pretty tired when I get home, and I've been doing like maybe a mile or a couple mile walk when I get home, but that's pretty much it. I kind of pulled back a little bit on the weightlifting and stuff because my back was starting to get kind of sore, and I was finding that when I rested, it was better. So I'm trying to rest a little bit more. My stomach muscles are still healing, and my back pain has gone away at times completely, but then it comes back if I do too much. So I'm trying to be careful because I do know my stomach muscles are still healing. So that's kind of the update. Anyways, I hope you guys got a lot of great books this week and that you have a great week of reading. And I will talk to you next week. Okay, bye.